God body is simple. It means you see God when you look in the mirror, and that the body of man is God, and that there's no mystery God in the sky. You are God.
And we are back, another episode of The Anabolic Mind, where we try to inspire people with some health and wellness and just try to talk to different people from different walks of life about how they integrate health and wellness into their system, into their wellness regime or paradigm. So I got a great guest today. It is my honor to have the man, DJ Lord. DJ for Public Enemies, Cypress Hill, been a PE's DJ since 1999, OG in the game. And if you haven't seen this man do his thing live, you definitely got to check him out. Without any further ado, DJ Lord.
Yes, sir. What up, world? How y'all doing?
Hey, man, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. I know you on tour. Who you touring with right now?
Cypress Hill. We're doing the Knotfest tour with Slipknot. So it's Cypress Hill, Slipknot, and our brothers Horror. One of the guys got COVID, so they're on a 5-day quarantine right now. So, speedy recovery to the Horror guys. They're pretty dope.
Yeah, wishing them a speedy recovery for sure, man. So how's that touring since after the pandemic? How's that feel?
It's great because it's weird, but it's awesome because people are coming out, people are ready to party, and because we've been shut down so long. People, you can see the enthusiasm. You can see it in the mosh pits. You can see it in hell. We're doing all arenas, and damn near all sold out.
That's crazy.
So it's like, and it's really crazy seeing people throw down right now, and they're about it. And we meet fans. We were doing the meet and greets, but not anymore. But it's just all enthusiasm, all great energy, man.
And
great energy.
What kind of precautions you taking?
I'm staying away from
motherfuckers. That's the best shit you can do, right? Basically.
Yeah, we're basically in a bubble. Our Cypress crew, we've been in a bubble. We did the same thing, same protocol we did with the Atmosphere, on tour with the Atmosphere, and we stick to each other, stick on our bus, and we go out to dinner. It's the squad, and we don't do any. We don't do much. We're not reckless with it. We're professional with it. So if you can, I mean, but it's not a guarantee, but it's just an added layer of protection to avoid not getting in the mix with this COVID.
Got you. So let's get to the origin story, because you always got to start with the origin. So how did you start DJing, and how did you get with PE?
Long story. Savannah, Georgia. I know many of y'all never heard of the little blip on the map, but I'm from Savannah. Big Boy Outkast is from Savannah. Camouflage from Savannah. Rest in peace, Camouflage. But long story short story shorter, I was coming from Savannah, doing everything I could to try to make it, DJ battles, clubs, everything. And everyone said, the spot to be is in ATL. So I would go to ATL just to visit my sister. And this one day I happened to sign an application at Foot Locker. I was working at Champs in Savannah.
Yeah.
And that's a sister company. So I was like, well, no, it's not going to happen. By the time I got to my sister's place, they already left a message saying, can I come up for an interview? Step one.
Right.
So I came up for the interview, knocked the interview out. They offered me the job. I loaded up, what was it? A Dodge Neon, electric blue, with all my crates and speakers and my turntables and everything loaded down like that. Mm-hmm. This is when they first had unlimited mileage with the
rentals, right? You could go crazy.
Yeah, when they first start that. And I never turned back, man. I mean, I lived in the house with like 8 guys trying to make it along with the family upstairs. Worked at Radio Shack and Foot Locker, come to work in the tie, and then have the stripes on the backpack, polyester don't wrinkle, Clark Kent Superman, go upstairs and work at Foot Locker. And I did that for a year. Right. And one day on my way to work, my homie Rockmos, my roommate at the time, he was like, yo, Public Enemy needs a DJ, man. Terminator is not with them no more. And I'm thinking he's pulling my leg or whatever. I think he's messing with me. So we get in a little rock'em sock'em in the morning. I'm thinking because they know how hard I'm working. I'm doing martial arts. I'm doing DJ battles. I'm doing 2 jobs. I'm doing everything to make it. And so I'm like, yo, that shit ain't funny. Slam the door. Come home. Who's in the living room but Professor Griff? He's like,
Wow.
DJ Lord? I was like,
Wow.
yeah, man. He's like, Terminator's going, Terminator's retiring. We got an upcoming Poison tour. We need a DJ. Can you handle it? Yeah, sure. So week later, I got this instant replay machine to learn. Second week, I was headed to Belgium. Third week, I met Chuck. It just happened like a blur. I was headed to Belgium with no rehearsal. They just pushed I was green as an apple. As an apple, dude. S1W was telling me don't mess up because Norman, Terminator X, used to do it like this. Da. Everyone gave me crap but Chuck and Flavor.
Wow.
And, I got on stage, again, no rehearsal. I'm watching the show, dude, because I grew up on Public Enemy, so I'm a fan, all right? I'm watching Flavor go back and forth. And DJ Lord, cue, boom, hits the wrong song. I'm freaking kicking myself in the teeth, man. Chuck's always like, we get him next time. It's all right. We get him next time. Flav, same way. We get him next time. And it wasn't until I stopped trying to be Terminator X and I was being DJ Lord that I got it. Because I also busy trying to be Terminator and tone down my scratches and everything. No respect to Terminator. But I was a battle DJ by then. So his scratches say, for instance, rock and roll, rock and roll. My scratch is like rock and roll.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a whole different dynamic. So I'm so busy in my head performing, trying to do the song the way it goes on the record that I was basically clipping myself at the ankles. So I came up with doing it respectively his way for 4 bars and then do it my way for 4 bars. And it wasn't then that it clicked. And by that time, Chuck was like, you know what? You bring a breath of fresh air. You bring a young element to the crew. We're not going back to the old way. Welcome to the family. And here we are.
I think that's powerful what you said because, in today's culture, people tend to copycat.
Yeah.
They see something that works. They just be like, fuck it. I'm going to throw my whole identity out the window.
Right. I'm going to cash in on this shit.
Yeah. I'm going to cash in on this shit. And everybody's doing it. So then everybody does the same shit. So the big lesson is it's okay to look at a successful formula, just like in health and fitness. People have, you look at the champions, how they're training, their regimens, whatnot, but you still have to factor in your own individuality. That's what's going to make it special. That's what's going to make it work for you. So I definitely like the way you articulated that. So now let's get to the origin martial arts story, because you mentioned martial arts, right? You were pretty accomplished martial artist. You've been at it for a minute. Yeah. If you go to his IG and check out his moves, and also too, what's so funny? You're fucking ripped, but you never flex. How come you never DJ?
No flexing, my man.
Yeah, you don't flex. You don't flex. Interestingly enough, but let's get to the origin story. Then we'll talk about the flexing after that.
The origin story is, I had my uncle Mickey was a Taekwondo champion. He was one of the first short Taekwondo champions in Savannah. He was on the front page news on the whole nine. He got me started in the martial arts period. Between my other uncles, Bernard, Tony, Sean, even my brother, as far as the boxing. But I got into martial arts at a young age because I was getting in trouble. Classic story, right?
Right.
And kept going. And from there in Savannah, I got into Kaju Kimbo. Shouts out to Sifu Kitani, my first Sifu. And Kaju Kimbo basically is a mixture of karate, jiu-jitsu, Kempo, and Chinese kickboxing. So got into that. It's pretty rock'em sock'em art. And been doing that forever. And that was my whole time in Savannah, just Kaju Kempo. We were training at the Ghost Gym because he, Sifu flew Black Hawk helicopter. So it was me and a whole bunch of people who were in the military. So it was my young ass.
Right. All these vets. Yeah.
Right. And I had the only pretty much shade other than my friend that I brought in there, because we stumbled on it coming from the mall or something. And Sifu invited us to class, and I stuck with it. So as far as actual fighting, I was fighting guys doing, in the military, man. Getting my head kicked off, getting my teeth knocked out, the whole nine. But that's Kaju Kimbo. As a matter of fact, how the masters trained this, how they mastered these techniques were going into bars and starting fights. As crazy as it sounds. And they, This works. Oh, that does not work. Go back in the gym, go back in the dojo,
Practice.
and master that. That works. That does not work. So and so I'm trying to give you like the cliff notes of everything.
No. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. So from Kaju Kenbo, moved to Atlanta. Then I got into Muay Thai.
Right.
Which is another rock'em sock'em art form. And all your MMA fighters, for a stand-up, Muay Thai is number one.
Right.
You know, jiu-jitsu, number one on the ground. Stand-up, Muay Thai. So you have to learn proficient Muay Thai in order to be an outstanding striker, period. So I got into that at Unit 2 Fitness with my instructor, Will Ivy.
Okay.
And I've been training there, training ever since. I mean, Unit 2 is not open anymore, but I still train with other guys. I train on the road. I train. Hell, I want to see if there's a spot out here in Milwaukee. You know, it might be Duke Rufus. Duke Rufus has invited me to his spot, kickboxing. Duke Rufus kickboxing. He's a champion.
Wow. So that's wow. It's so crazy. You just got exposed to champions like straight off the bat.
Back to back. Now also Australia, SRG Thai boxing with Lewis Regis out there when I'm in Australia. But I'm on tour, so I got shows. So and they say like, you just go with that. I was like,
so you coming to shows with black eyes and shit,
right? and walking like the damn Tin Man because I forget. You know, I don't want to get in there with the freaking you know, it's cool at first, but then I want to learn, you know, I want to get hit. I want to see what you guys do. And that's just the competitiveness in me.
Right.
Now, once the smoke clears, I'm like, oh shit, I got a show tomorrow. Oh shit, I can't move my shoulder.
Right.
My back. Oh shit, I can't walk. The lobby calls at 9:00. So it's like I had to take a little, you know, hit the brakes on that, but still training, man.
That's awesome. So at this time, like when all this was happening, did you realize like it was very special that you were living a wellness lifestyle, that you were pursuing your dream DJing, but at the same time taking care of yourself physically with the martial arts as comparison to other people around you or other people you saw on tour? Did you realize like, because, you know, there wasn't anything called wellness back then.
That's
at
true.
that point, you know what I'm saying? So
true.
And people didn't really talk about it. And you were kind of like, as I recall, I was more like an oddity.
Right.
Like, oh, this is the weird guy.
Right, the weird guy
running
with the
10
weird
miles
eating
every right. So did you realize you were doing something special, or did you just thought you were weird, or what'd you think?
I just accepted the weird part because I've been doing it for so long. Even before everything took off, I had the similar diet. You know, I think I was a vegan for like 3 years until pretty much ran out of money because veganism is so damn expensive. People don't understand. Oh, I could just not eat this and not eat this turkey.
If you're doing it properly, if you're actually eating vegetables, like most people are not vegetarian, they're carbitarian. They don't eat meat, but they don't eat vegetables either.
But they don't eat vegetables. They load up a whole bunch of
white bread.
Like,
exactly.
What are you doing, right? So I've been doing it for so long, and I went from veganism to vegetarian to now I eat chicken and fish only. So I've always been the weird guy they had to alter the rider for, or alter the homies are going to get Burger King, and I'd be like, give me a Whopper, no meat. And everyone looks at me. You see what I mean? Like, why we want Whopper, no meat? That's stupid. Even going to Burger King. He don't want no meat. He don't want no meat. Why you don't want no meat? Are you sure? He said, how much is it? We don't know how to charge you for it.
Just charge me.
Right. Just charge me. Right. They didn't know how to charge me for it. And it was crazy, dude. So, it's pretty much standard at this point, and always been the weird guy with the weird diet and up partying at, you know, get in at 2 and I'm up running at 6 or something like that. And Lord, you in your room? Nah, I'm across town. Where you at? I went for a run.
That's crazy.
Gonna pick you up? Nah, I'll run right back.
Yeah, sounds just like me.
Yeah.
How's your martial arts influence your DJ style of technique? You think are you faster because of your training? Does it give you any type of timing ability, or does the DJing help your martial arts? Which one is more impactful?
That's a good question. Now you just flipped it on me. I was going to say, yeah, the martial arts makes me stronger, it makes me faster.
Because I would imagine as a DJ, your timing is so good that you are a better striker. Is that how it works, or does it go the other way around?
And that's exactly how it works. When your timing is on point, it definitely helps with your striking and rhythm, especially when you're sparring or an actual fight. And the fight pace goes this way, and most people only know how to, oh, it's a fight. It's a fight. Okay, it's a fight. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. And it's just forward. And most times you leave yourself exposed thinking like a bull. You're just running into whatever's there, and especially if you're a brawler. Now, if you have something called a rhythm step.
I've been following that on Instagram. It's actually a rhythm step. Yeah. I've been watching. That's so crazy you mentioned it.
That's real shit. Because you can take all the bull is charging, and you get in your rhythm, and you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're just still on one. So yeah, it's complicated, but rhythm is in everything, man, and especially in fighting. And you can look at things like capoeira and see that. Yeah, you can get so mesmerized in how they're moving.
You get hypnotized.
Before you know what you getting your shit right. Because you're looking at the movement and thinking that it's there, but it ain't there. So as soon as you overextend yourself, you got your chin line is wide open. So yeah, rhythm definitely helped me. And before that, I mean, I was also in the percussion section. I was a PSEC leader, just like drumline, the whole all that adds to me, man. All that adds to my DJing, all that adds to martial arts. It's just one big circle for me at this point. I just had to figure out how far to go. You know, when I was doing tournaments, don't break bricks when you got a DJ.
Right, you got to spin. Right.
Right. You see what I mean? So you just have to find that fine line.
Okay, so let's get back to the flexing. Is it because of your martial arts background that you're never showing guns or abs or anything? Or it's just not your thing?
I just never advertised. The closest I've came to flexing.
Dude, I was shocked. I saw you on Instagram. I think you got one picture of you on Instagram.
That's it.
What, not covered up? I was like, oh shit. He's really ripped.
Yeah,
wow, yeah, man.
Cyborg.
Yeah. That's your alter ego, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. The only time I would be like, was deep, drum and bass rave era, but that's because it was so damn hot at the festival, hot inside the arena. You're spinning, Yeah, and even then, people are like, "Yo, you lift weights?" I was like, and I'm still,
that's funny.
I'm still fucking doing my shit. Like it's nothing. It's the lifestyle. It's really a lifestyle. So you don't go into places like okay, now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now check it out. It's a lifestyle. So even making people uncomfortable that you are in that shit. It's you know what I mean, dude.
I know what you mean. I know what
people deal with you weird when they think that you're trying to one up them on some.
Yeah, when you're trying to flex on. Yeah, that's true. They do get aggressive. It's funny. It's funny how that happens. Yeah, it's so weird. It's like if it's two big guys walking down the street in the opposite direction, neither one wants to move.
Right. It's like what?
It's like, yo, what's the? You know what?
We gotta walk.
I don't know you. You don't know me. We're walking down the street, our eyes look, and then all of a sudden, one gets on some stiff shit. Yeah.
It'll be the freaking super pigeon now. Come on.
Like, yo, man, okay, you got it. I just, I'm like, all right, man, you got it, man.
I'm just trying to get to
where I gotta go. I don't know.
Right.
You don't have any beef. But
no beef.
Interesting. But yeah, I do get that too. Yeah, it does put people off when you're over flexing, because like for me, when I have clothes on, it's a holiday. I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah, exactly. And you're a trainer, so I know you get the heat, bro.
Yeah, so I'm getting all kinds of heat all the time. You know what I mean? I'm getting all kinds of heat. And I'm like, dude, this is my job. I'm wearing this shit because tired to pay bills. Yeah,
that's it.
But it's
nothing
funny.
On you, nothing on your ego. Not trying to take your food, take your plate.
Right. Exactly. We don't have to battle to the death, but you find yourself in funny situations because, me, I'm a very novice, aspiring martial artist. You know what I mean? So I'm very new on it. So I'm going to 10th Planet. Chicks are tapping me out, I'm
a kid.
The white belt, all kinds of shit is happening to me.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. So, And I gotta tell them, like, because when I go in there and they see me and they recognize me as a celebrity trainer, these motherfuckers want to kill me. They start salivating. I gotta be like, look, bro, don't break my leg.
Right.
Don't break my arm. I do not know what I'm doing. I just have I just have muscles. Right. I'm here to learn.
Right. That's it. And you gotta tell them.
It always turns into a game of death, always, the first 15 minutes, and I got to tell them. So I try to hang until I'm getting beat up too much, and I'm like, look.
Yeah, let them know. Let them know. I learned my lesson with that, too. When you go in, and
you got to take your ego out of it.
Take your ego out of it. Leave your ego at the door. My one instructor used to say, leave your ego at the door. It has no place here.
And it's good for me to be in that type of situation because, you need that humility to progress in your wellness journey. So it's great. You know what I mean? You get gassed up, man. Everybody's patting you on the back all day long. It's good for me personally to get in that type of environment. So I've got a lot of growth out of it.
That's dope.
What's your daily training regimen look like?
Home
or weekly? Let's say weekly. Let's do both. Because that's good for people when they're traveling to get some type of insight how they can keep it going.
Home is pretty much at this level is 3 days a week at the gym. I'm lifting. I'm isolating body parts, but I'm also incorporating my cardio. I'm incorporating my swimming. I incorporate sauna. I'm getting massages all the time. So I don't, even if I'm trying to lift heavier, I can't walk around like this.
Right.
If I get stiff, I got to do something to have me able to move around because of my profession and just because of how the weight that I walk at. I pride myself on having go muscles, not so much show muscles.
Right.
That's my thing. I can be diesel as hell, but if I can't move, if I can't catch you, these muscles mean nothing.
Or if you can't run away, I always tell
them. If I can't run away,
it means nothing. If you can't run a mile flat, you're not in shape. If you're going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week and you can't run a mile in under 10 minutes,
what are you doing?
I tell all of my clients that. I said, forget about the fighting. You need to know how to run these days.
Right.
Go
muscles versus show muscles.
Right.
Yo, so 3 days a week at home. Weekends always, cardio. I'm always getting my cardio in. As far as the road on tour, we the hotel gyms are usually nice. At this stage, the hotel gyms are nice. So I get up, sometimes catch up with Be Real, and we start our regimen going.
Working out.
Yeah. Be Real starts to train. We train together, catch the gyms in the morning, do the sauna, may do some swimming. And depending on how many shows we have back to back, we may break it up like do Monday, skip Tuesday, go Wednesday, skip Thursday, go Friday, or something like that, or do light Fridays, things like that. Always depends on the schedule.
Right.
Off days, I go in. Like today, we just got in earlier, so I'm going to walk around, see a little bit of the city. We're on the bus, of course, blazing. The bus is probably hot box the bus. But tonight, when everything slows down, I'm going to see what that gym looks like. Usually, if we get in early enough, I'm already there, like right now, and just getting just to roll off of me. Just work out a bit, sit in the sauna, sweat out some toxins, swim a bit, and showtime's tomorrow. I'm rebooted, ready to go.
That's what's up.
And keep taking it level. How
about your sleep? How much sleep you averaging?
Sleep is kind of jagged. Sleep has been jagged because the schedule we have there. Tour life is no set schedule for us.
Right. Yeah, I know.
My CBD drops help a lot with that, man. My CBD tinctures help me a lot with that because I'm that dude that would go on 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep, and it just became a part of my existence. It's like I wouldn't bat an eye at it. It was standard. But dude, when you get 5 and 6 and 8 hours of sleep, it's such a whole nother world.
Right. You feel,
oh my gosh.
You feel invigorated. It changes the game.
Yeah. It's like right now, I think I got 6 hours last night because we left right after the gig. And even though it was on the tour bus, which is damn near like a coffin.
I know.
My thing is, but it has the curtain, and if I'm home, I pop up at 6 every morning, no alarm, just because I'm so used to it from back tournament season and training. My body just like, it's time to get up. All right, it's time to get up. All right, it's time to get up. I'm gonna start aching if you don't get up. All right, I'm up. You know,
Right.
but let me go on that bus and close that blind. I can pass out indefinitely. It's weird.
Yeah,
It's like the
clockwork.
wheels
Yeah,
or whatever.
and the wheel, yeah,
lulls you to
the up
sleep,
and down. It,
you know?
it does,
Right.
it does, it does.
And it's crazy like that. So I got 5-6 hours of sleep in last night, so I'm good.
That's cool. You know, the tour life is crazy. I don't know if you know, but you know, I have over 17 years touring on the road,
I know.
on the
I
road
know.
with different artists on the
You've been
bus.
moving around.
Maybe close to 20 years with different artists, and I would just jump from one tour to another. I would get off the Mary tour, jump on the D'Angelo tour, then I hop on the Buster tour for years and years and years, back and forth. And you know what's so funny? All of those tours always hit Savannah.
That's crazy.
As small as it is, why is that? Let me ask you that. Why is that? Because I know Savannah well, and it's so small, but every time an artist, they stop in Savannah. Why is that?
It's that market. Savannah shows up and shows out. And I can remember when I was before everything, and I met Chuck at the Fresh Fest, dude.
Yeah,
I met Chuck D when I was in high school, and we would go up to the Civic Center just to get a glimpse of who's in town, who's playing a sound check. And the hotel was right near the bridge. The Quality Inn is where they were staying. I can remember it. So my homie had one of the old Celicas with the drop tops where you take the heft off. So we sit there.
Wow.
We roll up to the hotel. Who do we see? Chuck D. Doing what we do now. We go to the hood, put on the headphones, and just go walking to meet people. Can't come to the show? Maybe put you on the list or not. But roll up on Chuck. Hey Chuck, how you doing, man? How you guys doing? You guys coming to the show? You got tickets? Yeah, we got tickets. We just wanted to come say hi. Da, 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 da. And I tell Chuck about that every other Thursday. He's like,
so crazy.
He's like, that's crazy. It's like, that's insane. But when it came to Fresh Fest, I met Chuck D because they had Public Enemy, Fat Boys, Run DMC, Fresh Prince, and Jazzy Jeff, and I think Run DMC.
Wow, history.
And fast forward now, I'm freaking DJ Public Enemy.
And the first tour you were ever on was the PE tour.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
green as an apple.
You went all the way to, straight to the greatest group of all time, man. Hip-hop
green
group,
as an apple. Yeah, man.
That's
crazy. It's inspired me from the start.
That's crazy. My first tour was Biggie, Jodeci, and Soul For Real.
Whoa.
That was my first tour with Uptown, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, I was coming right from the Persian Gulf. All these motherfuckers with jewelry and all of this shit walking around and backstage. And I was like, yo, they're not getting robbed. Nobody's going to rob them. Da, 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 da. But it was so crazy. Then shortly after that, I think that was a Tupac Biggie. That was when the East Coast, West Coast beef was going on.
That's when that went down.
Yeah, and I think I was out there, and we were out there. I forgot what venue we were at in California, and the blood surrounded the venue.
Ooh.
And shit was crazy. And they were throwing bottles at Biggie on stage and all kind of shit, and it was getting ready to go down, right? So I'm standing backstage, and then somebody starts handing out guns, like, yo, they're not gonna let us get out. We're gonna have to shoot it out. Real shit. When the Biggie Tupac and I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. I just got out of the war. And I thought I was working a regular gig, and here I am surrounded because I didn't know, I didn't know anything about these gangs, and I'd never been, it's crazy. I didn't know anything, just coming from the military.
Right.
And E40 got on stage and saved us.
Wow. What did he say?
It was so long ago, but he said some shit, yo, those are my people, Biggie or whatever. And got on stage, and we looked like we were all big targets. We all had 40 acres and a mule shit on. Like, there was no way we could escape. We all had Brooklyn. We all from Brooklyn. We out there. We were like, it was like Escape from New York, but California.
Dude,
there was no way we was gonna make it out that venue. I never forget that. And that was one of my first touring experiences.
When E40 speaks, motherfuckers listen, bro.
Yeah. If I can't, that was a long time ago, but it's so crazy. And we ended up escaping that. So that was crazy. But yeah, man, to an inspiring martial artist like myself, what kind of advice can you give me before we close it out? And we gotta get a training. We gotta get you gotta train me next time we're in town together. Same place.
I train you.
You gotta train me. We'll swap.
We'll swap. I'll show you some back work again. Stretch. It's simple as it sounds. To an aspiring martial artist, the greatest advice I can give anybody at whatever level: stretch, drink a lot of water. Age-old practices, age-old rudimentary stuff, but a lot of people don't do it.
Gotcha.
A lot of people don't do it. Get up there, half warmed up, half whatever, pulling tendons and everything, especially when you start adding age factor. And, unfortunately, there's individuals talking to me about, you're not 18 anymore, and you're not 25 anymore, and you're kicking over your head. And I was like, I used to tell my mom that, well, Mom, I'll be okay. You've seen me get knocked out and come back, and you see me jump over people's heads and everything. I know, but but that was my mom. Rest in peace. But
rest in peace.
Biggest advice is man, stretch, drink a lot of water, and don't be afraid to fail as far as like martial arts is concerned, because everyone's not going to jump up and be Bruce Lee.
Right.
And even when you're Bruce Lee, there's still more to learn. There's still one side that's not even with that side on your defense or offense. It's still your footwork's off. There's still something to master in this beautiful form, in martial arts, period, in combat sports in general.
That's what's up. And what about for the aspiring DJ?
Practice, Padawan. Practice. Practice. I can talk shit. Practice.
Practice, right? Get on it.
When you think you got it, practice some more. Because there's individuals like DJ Lord out here that's looking. So practice.
That's what's up, man.
I do.
So where can people get at you? Give them the website, give them the IG, and then we'll close it out, man.
Check me out on DJ Lord. I'm on all your socials. DJ Lord Official on Twitter, DJ Lord on Instagram. Yeah, that's where I'm at, man. All your popular social media outlets. Check
and
me out
before you sign
Lord.
out, what are your future plans? What you got going on in the future? Anything you want to promote, talk about?
Future plans.
Anything you can talk about? I know a lot of times you can't talk about stuff. But
yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Future plans, lot more work with Cyprus. We got some more touring jumping off. We got Europe happening. We got Chile happening. We got Brazil coming up. More recordings. We're partner 3PO. We're gonna drop an EP. Oh man, just look for more music, more ventures, more collaborations. Me and Be Real, me and Chuck D, me and 3PO, me and Peyote Cody. Shouts out to Peyote Cody.
Hey, shout out to Peyote Cody. That's my dude, man.
That's my dude. We got the metal and the hip hop thing. We got that market locked. So we're gonna jump back in the ring with that. So stay tuned. That's
dope, man. Well, hey, man, thanks for coming on. Shout out to Chuck. Shout out to Cypress. Shout out to you, my brother, for coming on. I appreciate it. You're going to inspire a lot of people with this, and it's good to see you doing your thing and living out your dreams, man. So we're going to close it out.
Shouts out to you, man. Shouts out to
you. Appreciate it. Right. Fam, listen to the keys and the jewels and the gems he dropped. Pursue your dreams. Have fun at the same time, and try to link things. Like how I love how you link the DJing with the martial arts, because they're two things that are seem very different, but are actually quite similar when it comes to timing and and movement. So you could be successful in other things outside of what you're doing, more so than you think. So explore, guys. Have fun. Peace and love.